Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Liz, and honestly there's a little bit of a welcome back to myself as well, because I've been missing a little bit for the last couple of weeks, and well, life threw me a couple of curveballs that I had to deal with, and then it was Easter and we've been home with our toddler and we've been jumping around from family event to family event, and it's been an absolute blast of time that we've had, so I don't regret anything. It's been lovely to have a bit of a break, but I'm really excited to get back into the groove of things again. And even though this is more awkward again to be talking to the camera by myself than before my break where I'd gotten used to it, I'm still really excited to be back. I've been missing you guys and this platform. So I'm not really going to go into that much of, well, any details actually. Just life threw me a few curveballs, but I'm bouncing back now and I'm really happy to be back. So grab your favorite cup of whatever beverage you prefer and get cozy, and let's dive into it. Alright, so this video, which I forgot to say in the beginning of this video, but this video is another TBR video, what I'll be reading this month of April, and I've got quite a few books that I'm excited about, and I've already begun on 2 of the books, I think. Yeah, 2 of them, and it's only the 2nd of April, so I'm quite pleased. The first book is 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I've been talking about this book, this duology basically, quite a few times on my channel. I wasn't sure whether or not to basically read this book, because I read the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo as well, and I wasn't thrilled about it. I thought it lacked quite a lot of character development. The plot was really good and I loved the universe, but it just wasn't... I was missing a few things. But I heard so many of you talking about me having to give this one a go because it is supposed to be so much better, and as you can see, I have already begun on this bad boy I was about to say, but it's not that big of a bad boy, and so far I'm liking it better than the Shadow and Bone trilogy. It's a heist story in fantasy setting, and I'm really loving Casbrecker and Inesh and Jesper. It's so weird because Jesper's actually a Danish name as well, but we pronounce it completely different, so I'm never sure exactly how to pronounce it. I read it as Jesper because that's the way you would say it in Danish, but saying it out loud is feels wrong when I'm speaking English, but whatever. I'm not gonna be giving an update about this one. I'm only gonna say that so far I like it better, and I'm not sure how she's managing only having written 2 books of this, because already now I can sense there's so much more to the characters than in the Shadow and Bone trilogies. I don't know. So far so good. The second book that I've cheated on is actually an audiobook. It's April, it's gardening time, and I spoke with you guys a couple of videos back and was like, how on earth do you listen to audiobooks? Because I love to read, but I've got stuff to do, especially in my garden this time of year. And quite a few of you said that gardening could be a good activity to do while listening to audiobooks. And it's The Bone Witch by Reid. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'll pop it up here. And I'll also, all of the books I'm linking below in the description, so you can go find it if you want to. It's another fantasy. I think I've only got fantasy on my list for this month. Yeah, I think so, which is fine. I read quite a bit of non-fantasy in the previous month, and I'm just a fantasy gal, so I need some more fantasy for this month. And listening to audiobooks is difficult for me, but giving it a go, and I've got 2 audiobooks on my list for this month. In The Bone Witch, I'm already annoyed with the narrator. I have sped up of the audiobook. Also, just whenever I listen to audiobooks, they are a bit, I feel like they are slow. like they're talking so slowly, and obviously that's fine, but when I read a book, I read quite fast, so I want my audiobooks to be exactly the same, but it's just a bit annoying because they sound weird when you speed up the audiobooks, so it just sounds weird, and I'm not sure I'm liking, you know, the acting in it. Like she is the narrator is doing different sort of voices, and I just I don't know, I'm not sure. I started on a bit of a ramble, but I'm liking the book. I'm liking The Bone Witch. I think it's quite unique so far anyways. And we're following Tia, who is from a family of witches, and you sort of get different gifts, focuses, magic powers, depending on which witch you are in your core. And obviously some magic powers are better than others, at least they're perceived that way. Tia hasn't to begin with developed or shown what her witch powers will be, but as she watches her brother die, she figures out that she is a bone witch who can bring back the dead. So her brother comes back, and she needs to leave her home and her family to become a proper bone witch, and it's not a good thing to be a bone witch. They are very much frowned upon, and they're dangerous, and you know, it's just some sort of magic that you're not supposed to dabble with. But as with most things, you don't really get to have a choice when it comes to who the you are. Who's frowned upon, then it's just too bad. So we're following Tia on this journey, and she's quite young, 13 or something. So far, I'm intrigued. I cannot wait to go back out into my garden. It's just raining, and I need to get stuff done in my garden, so I need it to stop raining. I'm just rambling on, so I think I'm gonna be moving on to the third book I've got on my list, and it is another audiobook, and it is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, who is, oh, that's not fantasy. Why did I forget that? And it is also on my list of 24 books I want to read in 2024. I'll link this video up here. So Evelyn Hugo is reflecting on her life, and she has been living this Hollywood glamorous and scandalous life, and she wants to share with the world what she has experienced. And she decides to share this with an apparently nobody journalist, Monique, not Monica. You know, there's so many questions. What has she been doing? Why is she sharing it? And why is she sharing it just now? Is it only because she has gained some age? Or as I heard someone recently say, when it came to aging, like, why are we saying I am this many years old? Why not say I'm at level 33? Like, that sounds so much more awesome than I'm 33. Or, you know, especially I'm at level 60 and you go like, whoa, you have got some skills in life, dude. I might go about saying that now. From now on, that could be so much. I know, is it cringy or is it cool? I'm not sure. Or maybe I'm just old. Anyway, I'm quite excited about Evelyn Hugo, The Seven Lives of Evelyn Hugo, and I think it's a good book as well to listen to as an audiobook. I think fantasy books might draw me in too much for audiobooks, but anyways, I'm already starting on reflecting on audiobooks and my relationship with audiobooks, and that's not what this video is about. I might go make a video about it in a couple of months when I've listened to a few more audiobooks and tried a few different things and see what is working. Let me know in the comments below if you are interested in a video like that, and give some tips and tricks if I'm able to go from hating to maybe just tolerating audiobooks. If I can stop whining about them, I think that would be a huge step up. So that's the third book on my list, and the fourth book is Assistant to the Villain by, oh gosh, Nicole Maehrer? Sounds German, I don't know. But this is a funny one because I've seen, who was it? I think it was Leonie. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. From the book Leo. I saw a review that she made of this one. It was absolutely hilarious and it wasn't good at all. I was really frustrated with this book, and I've seen other videos where even just the thought of this book, she goes back into all of the negative feelings that she has about this book, reminding me quite a lot of Before the Coffee Gets Cold and my own reaction to that book. I just thought that the bookleader's reaction was too funny for this book to not be read by me. I need to read it myself to see if I get as frustrated or recognize any of it, you know? Sometimes those are the things you gotta go for. The title basically says it all, where we are following Evie, who becomes an assistant to the villain, and I think it's quite an interesting perspective to have the book. At least I'm just presuming that we are following the assistant's point of view. I don't know if I want to say I've been unlucky as such, but quite a few books that I've read recently have been multiple point of view. And I've finished House of Flame by Sarah J. Maas, and there's so many point of views in that one. I don't even stop counting after 4, I think, and she's doing an okay job with it. And now I'm reading Six of Crows as well, and that's multiple point of view as well. It works, but I'm just annoyed because I'm not going to get into it. I've got too much to say in this video. Can you feel it? I've read a lot of multiple point of views. I'm hoping that this is not multiple point of view. Next book is The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake, and it is also a book that is on my 24 books for 2024 to read. Another fantasy. I don't know much about it other than there are 6 magicians who are giving 5 chances to win access to this secret society. You know, that's the premise of the book. It's going to be intrigue, there's going to be battle, there's going to be competition, there's probably going to be betrayal, probably a bit of cheating as well, and I'm excited to read about the world and hopefully to get to know this secret society as well. I've been waiting for this through the library. I think I've had it reserved for 8 weeks now or something. It's still not there. As an audiobook, I might add. But when I went to the local library, I saw this on the shelf and I was like, F it, I'm gonna get it. I can't wait to start reading this one. It's actually quite a few library books. The Assistant to the Villain is a library book as well. Six of Crows too, and they're all library books because the 2 audiobooks are through the library as well. Oh, that's quite intriguing. I didn't even realize that. That's not an issue at all. It just hadn't crossed my mind when I curated this list. Quite impressed with myself. Don't get me wrong, I've got so many books on my shelf and only more books are coming in that I really want to own. Should probably look into some secondhand books. Anyways, I'm rambling again. I'm not focused today, which is fine, but I'm just refocusing now, you know? So the last book, I'm not really sure if it's a book or whatever, but I've spoken about it before because I've been dealing with the life curveballs being thrown at me. I never got around to making my new video series about Danish authors and Danish books that could be, you know, intriguing to share with the world, and I'm gonna give it a go again this month. I've decided to focus on Hans Christian Andersen, or H.C. Andersen, or however you say it. In Danish we say H.C. Andersen. My husband said something about the entire world saying Hans Christian Andersen, which just sounds wrong. But I've picked up this book from the library, which has 10
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16
of his fairy tales. I want to read all of them and then, you know, pick out a few fairy tales. And I've also found, because I can feel like these are not really the fairy tales I want to talk about. Maybe only 2 of them, and they're quite short as well. I need to research, like, are they that short? I remember them as quite a bit longer from when I read them when I was a child. So I need to research that. And the reason my face is going all question mark is a lot of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales have been translated obviously, but they have also been, you know, updated. So there are many Disney versions out there, and the ones that I'm looking for are the original ones where, you know, they're not fun, they're grim, they are almost horror-like, and they are the ones that I want to be talking about. And I would love to do a mixture of some of the fairy tales that are very known and some of the fairy tales that are at least lesser known. The Little Mermaid, for example, is I'm quite intrigued to share that one because it's so different from Disney version of The Little Mermaid. And I have recalled that I think there is another fairy tale that I have been reading as a child where it's not just, you know, it's not the Little Mermaid, but it's merfolk as well. It was so grim. I don't know if I've mixed two fairy tales together or what. I'm gonna try and find it, because that is really the one that I want to be talking about. And I think it was written before the Little Mermaid. And it's just grim, and something about the moonlight and walking up through the waters in the moonlight, and then you shed your your tail or whatever, and it's painful. You walk on, you know, sharp glass, and that has sort of been transferred to the Little Mermaid as well in the original story anyway. And there's just something there that intrigued me, and I can't remember which story it is, so I'm gonna go on the hunt for it. I'm gonna try not ramble anymore for the 7th time in this video. And yeah, if you want to read along, you can either find this book, read all of those, because I am going to be reading all of these, and I'll also be linking a website that has all of the fairy tales translated. And if you subscribe to the channel, you can go to the community tab, and I will let you know which fairy tales that I'll be focusing on, and you can read along then as well. So that's what I've got in store for this month, and oh, I'm so excited. Yes, just I want to be reading all of them at the same time, and that's not possible. And I also know probably when I'm done with Six of Crows, I want to continue on Crooked Kingdom, because that's usually the way I work. So I don't know why I haven't put that on the list this month. Maybe I should. I'm gonna put it on the list. And we'll see how far I get. So thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you for being patient with me as I took a couple of weeks off and got myself and my life sorted out, as much as you can sort out your life anyways. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to the channel and join the community of book lovers. So until next one, happy reading. Bye. The book that I'm listening to, I might have to mention that one. Mystery around her, and I need to read up on what it's about, because that was a very passive way of passive voice. Thank you so much for